If you just sat down in a chair and the thought of getting back up already makes you nervous, this is for you. If you've noticed that somewhere along the way, standing up stopped being something you just did and became something you had to prepare for, something you had to think about, grip the armrest, lean forward, push with both arms, hold your breath and hope, then I need you to stay with me right now. Because what I'm about to share with you is something that could genuinely change the way you move through the rest of your life. And I'm not going to waste your time with things that don't matter. No fluff, no filler, just the truth about what's happening in your body, why it's happening, and exactly what you can do about it starting today. Let's begin with something important. Something most people never stop to consider. The moment a senior starts using their arms to stand up from a chair, it is not just a physical change. It is a signal. A signal from your body that something has shifted. Something that needs attention right now, not next month, not after the holidays, not when you feel more motivated. Right now. Because that moment, that quiet reaching for the armrest, that is the beginning of a very predictable chain of events. And if you understand that chain, you can break it. Here's what that chain looks like. First, you start using your arms to stand. Then, because standing feels uncertain, you start moving less. You sit more. You avoid situations where you might have to get up quickly. You stop going to certain places because the chairs are too low or there's nothing nearby to grab onto. Then, your legs get weaker because you're using them less. And because your legs are weaker, standing becomes even harder. So you use your arms even more, and you move even less. And the cycle continues, quietly, slowly, stealing your world a little smaller each week. This is not dramatic language. This is what the research shows happens to seniors who don't address this early. Within 2 years of significant leg weakness, the majority of seniors experience at least one serious fall. And a fall at 65, at 70, at 75 changes everything. It changes where you live. It changes who takes care of you. It changes your entire future. But here's the thing I really need you to hear. This is not your fault, and it is not inevitable. Your legs did not get weak because you made bad choices. They got weak because of something called neuromuscular decline, a process that begins naturally after 60, where the connection between your brain and your leg muscles begins to slow down. Your brain sends the signal to stand, but the signal travels slower, arrives weaker, and your muscles respond with less force than they used to. On top of that, your body is losing a specific type of muscle fiber called fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for quick, powerful movements, exactly the kind you need to push yourself up from a chair. And after 60, without the right intervention, these fibers disappear faster than any other tissue in your body. So what you're experiencing is not weakness of character. It's a biological process that was never properly explained to you. And once you understand it, you can work with your body instead of against it. Now let's talk about what actually fixes this. Not in theory, in practice, in your living room, starting today. The single most important movement a senior can do to regain the ability to stand without using their arms is something called a sit-to-stand exercise. And before you say you've heard of this before or that it sounds too simple, I want you to understand something. This one movement, done correctly and consistently, is considered by physical therapists and sports scientists to be one of the most powerful lower body strengthening exercises that exists. For anyone, at any age. It directly trains the exact muscles, the quadriceps, the glutes, the core stabilizers that are responsible for pushing you up from a seated position. Here is how you do it safely. Sit on a firm chair, not your softest couch, a firm chair with a stable seat. Sit toward the front edge so your feet are flat on the floor, hip width apart. Now, and this is the key part, cross your arms over your chest. This removes the temptation to use them. Lean slightly forward from your hips, not your back, just a gentle tilt. Feel your weight shift toward your feet. Then, push through your heels and stand up. If you cannot do it without your arms yet, that is perfectly fine. Use your fingertips on the armrest for just a small amount of help, just enough to get up. The goal is to use your arms less each day, not to eliminate them overnight. Do this 5 times. Rest for a minute. Do it 5 more times. That is your starting point. 10 slow, controlled sit-to-stand repetitions every single day. In week 1, this will feel hard. Your legs will feel shaky. You may feel your thighs burning. That burning is not damage. That is your fast-twitch muscle fibers waking up for the first time in a long time. That is exactly what you want to feel. By week 2, something begins to shift. The shakiness starts to settle. You start to feel more solid at the bottom of the movement. Getting up begins to feel more automatic, less like a project. By week 3, many seniors report that they caught themselves standing up from a chair without thinking about it, without planning it, without reaching for anything. It just happened. Because the muscle memory came back. Because the neural pathway strengthened. Because the body adapted exactly the way it was designed to. But exercise is only half of this. Because here is something that stops so many seniors from ever seeing results. They do the movement, they do the exercise, but they don't give their body the fuel it needs to actually repair and rebuild the muscle they're working. And without that fuel, the effort is wasted. Worse than wasted. It can actually make the weakness worse because you're breaking muscle fibers down during exercise, but giving your body nothing to rebuild them with. So let's talk about what your legs need to rebuild. The most important nutrient for leg strength after 60 is not a vitamin. It's not a mineral. It's protein. Specifically, leucine-rich protein. Leucine is an amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body actually builds new muscle tissue. And research consistently shows that seniors need significantly more protein than younger adults to achieve the same muscle-building response. Most seniors in America are eating half the protein they need. Half. And they wonder why they keep getting weaker. Here is what enough protein looks like in practical terms. You need roughly half a gram of protein per pound of body weight every single day. If you weigh 150 pounds, that's 75 grams of protein. If you weigh 180 pounds, that's 90 grams. Spread across your meals, not all at once. The best sources are eggs, chicken, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, canned salmon, and lentils if you prefer plant-based options. These are not expensive. They are not hard to find. They are sitting in every grocery store in America. But most seniors simply aren't eating enough of them. And timing matters. Just as important as how much protein you eat is when you eat it. Your muscles are most receptive to rebuilding within 30 to 60 minutes after exercise. So after your sit-to-stand repetitions, have a small protein-rich snack. 2 scrambled eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of cottage cheese. This is not complicated, but this is what turns exercise from just effort into actual results. Now let's talk about something that almost nobody mentions, and it is sabotaging seniors silently every single day. Chronic, low-grade dehydration. Most seniors wake up in the morning significantly dehydrated because the sense of thirst diminishes with age. You stop feeling thirsty the way you used to, so you drink less. And when your muscles are dehydrated, even mildly, they lose up to 15% of their strength. 15%. Before you've even stood up from bed. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Before you do anything else in the morning, before coffee, before breakfast, drink a full glass of water, room temperature or warm. Just one glass. That single habit, every single morning, begins to restore the hydration your muscles need to fire properly. And when you pair that with your sit-to-stand exercise and your protein, you have created a complete morning routine that targets every single factor contributing to your leg weakness. Let me paint you a picture of what the next 30 days can look like. Day 1. You try 5 sit-to-stands. Your legs shake. You need your arms a little, but you do it. You drink your water in the morning. You eat your eggs. You go about your day. Day 7. You try 10 sit-to-stands. The shaking is less. The burning comes later. You notice that when you got up to answer the phone this morning, you just stood up, didn't think about it. Day 14. You're doing 2 sets of 10. Your legs feel more solid underneath you. You walked to the mailbox yesterday and realized you were walking faster than you have in months. Not because you tried to, just because you could. Day 30. You sit down in your favorite chair and then you stand up. No arms, no hesitation, just your legs, your strength, your body doing what it was always capable of doing. That is not a dream. That is biology. That is what happens when you give your body the right movement, the right fuel, and the right time. You did not become this way because you are old. You became this way because no one ever told you what your body needed to stay strong. No one gave you this information clearly and simply and honestly. But now you have it. So here is what I want you to do today. Not next week, not tomorrow morning, today. Find a firm chair. Sit on the edge. Cross your arms over your chest. Lean slightly forward and stand up. Do it 5 times, right now, after this video ends. Then tomorrow morning, drink a glass of water before anything else. Have eggs or yogurt for breakfast. Come back to your chair and do 10 sit-to-stands. That is it. That is your entire starting plan. 2 things, water and movement, every single day. Because your legs remember how to be strong. They haven't forgotten. They've just been waiting for you to give them a reason to come back. And that reason starts today. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are not stuck in a body that has given up on you. Your body is waiting for you to give it what it needs. Start right now.